All right. Good evening, everybody. Here we're going to update you on the this hurricane that currently is approaching the Big Bend of Florida right now as a Category 4 hurricane. But I want to we'll talk locally here first in the now, and then we'll go into some of the other things that we are kind of looking at here over the next 24 to 48 hours here. So first off, we've got a wind advisory that is in effect. This is for all of the area, and this mainly goes into Friday evening. So just be aware of that. That is for the potential for decent winds that are going to occur here around the tri-state. So tracking Helene here, this is our local impacts, and I've bumped some things up just a little bit, and I've been very conservative with this forecast just for the fact that there's a lot of different things in play with this. And first off, right off the bat, this is not Hurricane Ike, okay? So just going to go ahead and throw that out. And this system moving in here is really going to bring the potential here for some good rain. I think we're going to see several inches of rain, for that matter. And, I think that it will be, for some of you, a drought-busting rain. So, that's something to really look forward to here. All right. So, right now, you'll see here, if we'll switch this over, we currently... switch that. There we go. Currently, we've got some light rain around the area, and you'll see that here on the radar at the moment. And then I'll zoom into some of these areas and just kind of show you where some of that heavier rain is, from Canaan down through, let's say, North Vernon, Hanover areas. You're seeing some light rain right now. Nothing too significant here. But seeing some of that light rain and that continuing here over the next couple of hours here, as we're seeing, some of that on the radar. Didn't really think this would kind of fill in like it has, so that's good. I mean, we're seeing some of that rain there kind of fill in spots, and we're starting to see a little bit of a wind increase here this evening, but not a significant wind here over the next for right now. So okay, let's see if I've got this fixed. Just a second. Okay. Trying to get the graphics to load correctly in the program, and it's just not wanting to behave. So sometimes you just have to make it behave. Sorry about this. Fix it right here on the spot. Okay, all right, so let's switch that over. There we go. And so you'll see here, 2 to 4 inches of rain, going to be a potential here. Winds 45 to 55 mile an hour winds. Some of these could be locally higher. So this will be something that will be the story, and I think that's what everybody wants to know here tonight as we're going through. So now that I got that fixed, that was driving me nuts. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go through the radar here actually now and look and see what we've got. So we've got showers from Middletown, Forest Park, from Harveysburg, Blanchester, Hillsborough. You're seeing some light rain. Down through Bethel, Butler, Falmouth, Augusta, you're seeing some light rain. Down further south, Owenton, down through Tackett's Mill, and then up through LaGrange, and then through the Hanover and Madison area. All of this rain will continue to overspread the area here this evening, and we'll look for even more rain as we head through tomorrow too. Actually, just saw a little bit of lightning just show up there on the radar. I'll zoom this out on a wider view. You can see all of this moisture heading in our direction. We've got showers and storms down here to the south. Some of these storms have been a little bit strong at times this afternoon. And these, you can see over here towards the Appalachian Mountains where we've got flash flood warnings that are in effect with some of these storms here. So a lot of moisture coming in from the south. Here is, you can see down through Atlanta, we've got flash flood warnings going on there. And actually just noticed a severe thunderstorm warning issued there near Paducah. But here is the hurricane we're tracking, all right, Helene, right here, and getting ready to make landfall, very, very close to making landfall. I don't think this will increase much more, just for the fact that the eye wall is pretty open there, so we're probably going to stay where we're at. But you can see that this hurricane, and I can actually put on the information here of this hurricane. There you go. Category 4 hurricane, 130 mile an hour winds moving. Look at that speed. North-northeast at 23 mile per hour. Pressure's at 947 millibars. I mean, a monster storm. We should be making landfall probably within the next 2 hours. Around midnight is probably maybe a little bit sooner. That thing will be making landfall as a Category 4 hurricane. And this will likely make landfall near the Perry area. Some of these towns, this is a very marshy area, rural area, Mayo, Cross City there. This is going to be you're not going to be able to make it through the storm surge with this or survive through it. There's talking up to 15 feet storm surge, which is incredible. Storm surge, and you don't want to be a part of that. And on top of that, we've got tornado watches from down through southern Florida, up through Tampa, Cocoa Beach, Daytona, Jacksonville. But here's the interesting part. The tornado watches go all the way up to North Carolina now. And we've had tornado warnings throughout the day in South Carolina. Numerous tornado warnings going on right now in Georgia. So, near the, let's say the Savannah area. So actually there's a confirmed tornado on the ground right now, just south of Savannah. So you see these individual cells that are lining up here. These are some pretty nasty storms. So I'll just switch over here just a second. If we can pull that up. I'll just switch to the regular radar view. Probably this one's going to be the best view. But we can look at some of these storms. This is the confirmed tornado right here. Just south of Savannah and Montgomery right here. This is along I-95. So you've got a confirmed observed tornado there south of Savannah till 9:45. And you look, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tornado warnings right now into Georgia. And you can kind of see the direction of where this stuff is headed. This is all moving off towards the north and west, okay? So this will continue to move up into central Georgia, up through towards the mountains as we go towards the morning time. Now, I'll tell you, this thing is going to be moving fast. And you'll see that the center of this storm will be, in our area. This is by tomorrow evening. Come on, there we go. Could have gusts up to 64 mile an hour with it, so that's what they're saying now. But when this is in Georgia, this is, I don't know if this is the updated track or not, but it's showing that Georgia's still Category 2 hurricane. I'll have to check that out. Sometimes that graphic's not right, but you can see all the mesoscale discussions here with tornado threat down through South Carolina, your flood threat through Georgia, eastern Alabama, and the panhandle there of Florida. Severe weather threat, that enhanced risk for North Carolina down through Georgia, South Carolina, and then for tomorrow, that tornadic risk is further to the north and east, not really impacting us. The thing that will impact us will likely be the potential for some damaging winds as we go into tomorrow afternoon. And that is what everyone is wanting to know. So I tell you what we'll do first is we will look at future radar, and then we will go to we'll go from there. So here's tonight. You'll see some showers going on here through through midnight. Those showers will continue, get a little heavier as we get towards morning. Okay, and then that increases through late morning, and this is where that potential for extreme wind could occur. Between that time of 10 a.m. and probably 5 o'clock. That is going to probably your best bet. But you can see it calms down after that, and then we see another rain chance as we go into Saturday. I think your Saturday morning's probably going to be pretty wet around the tri-state, so hopefully you don't have any plans there. All right, so this is what everybody wants to know. It's about the wind threat. I do think there could be several power outages tomorrow. This is a scenario that I've been very cautious with messaging. There will likely be upgrades to our wind advisory probably around tonight or tomorrow morning. It just depends on what the 0Z, which the overnight data or evening data comes through. So what I want you to take from this is a computer-generated model. The HRRR model kind of overdoes it some on wind potential, wind gust potential. So when we're looking at this, it's going to show significant winds. However, I couldn't find a different model that would really kind of show you the timing very well. But this will give you a good idea of the timing. So 11 a.m. we'll probably have, and cut maybe 5 to 10 miles per hour off of each of these. So, maybe 35 to 40 down here into northern Kentucky, and then 25 to 30 there in the northern parts of the area. So here is 1 o'clock, right after lunch, all right? So I would suspect 50 to 60 mile an hour winds for you folks in Owen County, Grant, Pendleton, Bracken, Mason, Robertson, Harrison County, all right? That's 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts. That's at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, if you're in Boone, Kenton, Campbell, Carroll, Gallatin, Trimble, Henry, Jefferson, Scott, Switzerland, Ohio, Dearborn, Hamilton, Claremont, and Brown counties, you'll probably be in that 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts. If you're up towards Ripley, Jennings, Decatur, Franklin, Union, Fayette, Butler, Warren, and Clinton counties, you're going to probably be in that 20 to 30 gusts potential. As we go towards 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when pretty much the entire area opens up for significant wind. And there's going to be a corridor from, I would say, near Maysville up through Cincinnati and then points down into southern Indiana where there's going to be widespread 60 mile an hour winds. That would include Madison, Scottsburg, VV, Florence, Walton, Alexandria, Falmouth, Dry Ridge, Williamstown, Owenton, Newcastle, Bedford, Carrollton. You guys will likely see the brunt of the significant wind, and I expect some power outages in these areas here from I would say south of the Ohio River, and then if you're in Indiana, you're along the Ohio River. That's where you're going to see the most in the way of significant wind damage as you go into 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. As we go to about 7, that's when things will quiet down. You'll see at 7 o'clock winds pretty much die out in that area that was seeing significant winds, and then we see less in a wind threat further off towards the north too, but we're more in a wind advisory criteria as we get to 7 for folks up in Greensburg, Connorsville, Hamilton, Wilmington, and Hillsborough. So What I want you to take away from this is widespread wind damage is possible south of the Ohio River. If you're in Switzerland, Dearborn, Ohio, Jefferson, and Scott counties in Indiana, you're in kind of that thought too for significant wind damage. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a high wind warning upgraded here shortly or into the overnight early morning hours. On top of that, and this is just the HRRR model for through Saturday at 2 p.m. We still will see rain on Sunday, but widespread areas from anywhere from an inch up to the north, which this could be underdone a little bit, but 2 to 4 inches from about Cincinnati and points south. I think some of these areas could easily go over 5 inches in spots, depending on where you get some of this heavier banding set up. So a very significant event here as we go into tomorrow. I want you to have a plan in place in the case that you do have power outages, and that they could be long. We could have a long period of power outages potential. I've been trying to stay more on the optimistic side of this, but we'll see kind of where we're at here in just a little bit. I will post an update probably around 11 that will have the latest thoughts here on some of this wind. Now, I'm done giving the forecast here, so if you have any questions or comments or anything you want to mention, I've got the live chat pulled up here. I will run through one more time some of the wind threat here. This is, let me just switch that back. And actually, here, let's do the future radar first. So here's future radar, and that's going to show the rain tonight through tomorrow morning, and then you see towards mid to late morning that heavier rain band move in by noon, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock off towards the north. That's when you're going to see that significant wind move into the tri-state area here. Then another batch of rain starts around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning Saturday, and that will continue through about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon before tapering to some light rain. So any plans on Saturday look to be kind of miserable there. So let's see. Let's show you those wind potential again. And just like I was saying here, when we look at this wind potential, just maybe carve 5 to 10 mile per hour off of this as... I'm a little, still a little pessimistic with some of the data that's coming in. I think as we get towards 11 o'clock, if the data continues to show that, we may have to go that route. But for right now, 30 to 40 mile an hour winds as we go to about 11 o'clock in the morning. For south of the Ohio River, north, 20 to 30. As you go to about, let's say 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 50 to 60 probably a good bet for Maysville, Falmouth, through Walton, down through Owenton and Newcastle. And then 40 to 50 along I-71 and probably points north, all right? And then as we go to 3 o'clock, this is where we see our significant wind damage window for Walton, Falmouth, Alexandria, Florence, Cincinnati, Falmouth, Maysville, Cynthiana, Owenton, Newcastle, Madison, Bedford, Scottsburg, Austin, VV East Enterprise, Rising Sun, the Lawrenceburg, Greendale areas. You guys are all going to be in the impact zone for that. And then once we get to about 7 o'clock, that's when that potential for wind kind of makes its way further off towards the north, towards central Indiana, and then we're left with calming conditions, maybe still seeing some 30, 40 mile an hour wind gusts up through Hillsboro, Wilmington, and maybe up towards Connorsville and Greensburg as well. And then there's the rain threat through 2 p.m. on Saturday. I think a good forecast is a widespread 2 to 4 inches for most across the tri-state. So that is what we got here this evening. So are you saying sustained winds of gusts of 60? So sustained winds will probably be anywhere between 25 and 30 mile per hour, maybe 35. But the gusts could be up to 60. JK Dbuck 76 asking that. The extreme wind warning was just issued. These are very, very rare. Let me show you that. Give me just a minute. This is for that Perry, Mayo, Madison, east of Tallahassee area. It'll pull up here in just a second here. We'll go down to the hurricane. Actually, we could probably pull, give me just a minute here. Let's switch that over. All right, there we go. And you can first off, you can see there's flash flood warnings here for pretty much all the panhandle. There's that extreme wind warning. It'll take a minute to load. There's the eye wall right there. Let's see if that, nope, okay. Let's put on velocity, just kind of scope this out a little bit. So here's the eye wall right here. Then, there's radar, shooting up into the hurricane, picking up, 130, 140 there. But the shooting up into the hurricane a little bit there. But, you're seeing some really strong winds right along that outer edge of that eye wall. And that eye wall is about 33 miles from the coast right now, so we're making progress. Probably within the next hour and a half, I would think that thing would probably be okay. So they did just send up an update. Helena's slightly stronger as its eye approaches the coast of Florida, Big Bend. The winds are now at 140 mile per hour. Cedar Key recently reported a sustained wind of 55 mile per hour and a wind gust of 73. And then water level of 5.07 feet above mean, higher water, but was okay. So Clearwater Beach is having a little bit of high water issue. That's just a just coming from that was about 17 minutes ago from the Hurricane Center. So this thing's up to 140 mile an hour wind, hurricane. And one other thing here, you kind of look at this and look at all the lightning that's associated with this right along that eye wall. It shows tells you it's a mean storm that's getting ready to hammer that Big Bend area there. So. And I just wanted to look and see. Still got several tornado warnings near the Savannah area. Yeah, this is a pretty nasty storm that's getting ready to make landfall near Cross City, just to the west there of Cross City, Florida. So, all right, let's see. National Weather Service said that around 10 p.m. there could be a potential update here for that update on the wind advisory to see if they're going to upgrade that to a high wind warning. So we'll check that out. I'll post that when I see that info come through. Okay. Well, if we don't have any other questions or anything. Oh, whoa, I just saw a whole bunch of them just pop up here. I don't know if I was on the wrong setting or what it was. I haven't seen or heard anything yet about Versailles show parade. Joyce, you're probably looking at some rain there in the morning. It'll be a lighter rain too, Justin. So it just depends kind of it kind of really depends on what happens tomorrow. Do we get significant wind? Do we have power outage? Do we have some issues with that? Because if we do, you're looking at, having to move the event because you're having so many other issues that are occurring. So we'll see how that all kind of plays out. Okay. Any other questions, comments? I got them right here. I do. Okay. Ashley Miller is asking, is this a wind event mainly, or are we looking at possible tornadoes? I've seen mixed... tornado threat is extremely low tomorrow. However, when you have a tropical system in the area, you cannot rule out the potential for a tornado. Just can never rule it out. Annie, the rain will continue there into Sunday. I think I think through even Monday, I think we have rain throughout the area. So is it normal to have lightning around? When you have a strong hurricane like this, and you can get some lightning around here like this storm. And since I've been talking here, this is how fast this storm is moving. The outer northeastern part of that eye wall is pretty much on the coastline now. This thing's moving fast. I mean, this storm is moving. If you think about it this way, a lot of our storms around here move 25, 45 mile an hour in that range. And this hurricane is moving, let's see if that updated, moving at 23 mile per hour. So you can kind of see, that kind of puts it in perspective of how fast this hurricane's moving. It looks like there was an at the bottom of the screen here. It looks like there was an update to an alert. Let me just check and see what this was. Okay, so they're just continuing the wind advisory there. By the way, this is down at the, and I know it cut so they're probably just going to continue with the wind advisory, but let's just check. Sustained winds 25 to 35, between 45 55 mile an hour winds from 10 a.m. Friday till midnight Friday. So they're just going to keep that wind advisory in place for right now for our area. But I did want to mention something about this. Down at the bottom of the screen, been working on this for a long time. You're now only going to get the alert type, the county, and when it expires. So it makes it a little easier for you to see. It's easier to read down there at the bottom. And then when there are new alerts that are just issued, they will pop up in red right above that. So you'll get to see those alerts pop through. Now I'll tell you that it does cut off when it's a lot of counties that are in the that are being alerted for like a wind advisory, and it's for the entire area. It tends to cut off there. But I can update you in real time as well of what's going on. But pretty cool new update there that I've been working hard on. Looks like another observed tornado up here. Yeah. Or that's the same area. Near Savannah. Okay. They just expanded it. Starting to see now in parts of central Georgia, tornado warnings there from Malcolm, Vidalia, right in between there. And then you just look at all the flash flood warnings that are in effect along the Appalachian Mountains down through Atlanta. A lot of water going up through there tonight. So, All right, that's it for now. If I do get any updates, if we do go into our high wind warning, I'll let you know. Right now, I do think there's a good window between noon and probably 5 tomorrow for significant wind that could cause some damage, especially south of the Ohio River and along the Ohio River into southeastern Indiana. So if you're in Madison, if you're in Scottsburg, if you're in Vevey, even Rising Sun, Lawrenceburg, Greendale, Florence, Alexandria, Williamstown, Dry Ridge areas, Owenton, Carrollton areas, Bedford, Maysville, all of those areas will have the potential to see some significant wind tomorrow afternoon. And I'll be here to keep you up to date on any warnings or anything that comes through here. So just be prepared for that tomorrow, and I'll update here in just a little bit when I get the new data coming in, and we'll go from there. All right, have a good evening.